Today, we are going to talk about the future, specifically about moving from high school into college or from high school into the workforce. In the next two slides, we are going to look at the specifics to transition from high school to college and high school into the workforce. For college, we're going to look at the steps needed to be ready for college and how to make that transition smooth. Then for work, we will talk about finding jobs that interest you and how to work with a job coach. Then for both, we are going to discuss how to help you advocate for yourself, either in college or in the workforce. So for college, we want to make sure that we are thinking in the proper direction of what you want to do in the future. If college is your goal, we want to start working on a learning path that will focus on independent problem solving and self-advocacy. That will need to happen. You must be involved in every aspect of this planning. Research on successful IEP transition planning emphasizes students as active agents in the process so they may authentically contribute in IEP meetings. In this concept of transitioning, you have to be able to explain what your specific disability is. You are going to want others to understand what supports you will need to succeed. And in college, you will have to do it yourself. You will have to take that responsibility. You will have to be the face that the disability office sees. So what supports will you need now that you're going to college? That is up to you. You might find that you need someone who can take notes for you, or you will need a tutor in certain subjects. You may also need to meet weekly with a teacher. If you are planning to live on campus, you might need to talk to housing and explain that you need a single dorm. That way, there is an aspect of privacy that is happening for you. So what are the steps that will need to be taken to apply and prepare for college? First, and this goes back to the first point made on this slide, you need to have an idea of what you would like to do after college. Once that is decided on, we can look at different programs that colleges have. This will help to narrow down the selection of schools. Then once the application process is complete and you have been accepted, it is essential to look at financial aid and work towards obtaining grants, scholarships, and/or loans. And that will be an application process that will have to be filled out. It can be a tedious process, but this is important. Then finally, you will have to make yourself known to the disability office at the school. With that, you will need to provide a document from your doctor stating what your disability is, and then it is up to you to make a case for the supports that you will need. It will be vital that we start now on teaching you how to advocate for yourself and how to present to others what supports you will need. If college is not the way you want to go after high school, then there is the workforce that can be joined. The same question needs to be answered. What do you want to do? Once that is figured out, then it is easier to start helping you narrow down what sort of jobs are appropriate for you. So when can you start working towards the goal of joining the workforce? The fun part is that you can start now in high school. It is essential for students with high-functioning autism to start developing hands-on work experience with jobs that happen in after-school hours and in summer jobs. This can help you understand what you might like to do. You can try different things and see what you may enjoy doing. These jobs can be paid or they can be unpaid. Some programs can be provided here in the school setting, and with that, you can also get a job within the community that has a job coach available to help you understand the needs that are needed in that specific job, and that's what a job coach is there for. It's almost like a counselor in the workforce. We have a goal to start teaching you what you will need to know in the job force while you are in school. One of the most critical aspects that we can do is to teach you how to stand up for yourself. It is something that you will need to do when you are in college or in the workforce. It is not going to necessarily be easy for you, but what we can do is run through scenarios that will help you understand what you might find when you are in college or when you start to work. The more that you are prepared to stand up for what you need, then the transition from high school to college should go smoother, and the transition from high school into the workforce should go smoother. Now, what is self-determination? Self-determination starts with you understanding what your disability is. You need to understand that in some respects, it will affect how you learn, but that it does not stop you from learning. You will need to understand those effects and learn how to overcome them or use them to your advantage. Once you understand the effects your specific disability is and what it will have on your learning, then you will need to pinpoint what supports are needed. These supports will vary, and you will have to learn what works for you and what doesn't. However, you do not have to go after this alone. This is something that can be worked on while you are in school. Once you understand what is needed, we can help you learn how to explain and share what you need. Once you can explain and share what your supports are, then you will be able to share what you need from others to achieve success. It is essential that you feel determined to succeed in what you want to do in the future. Many supports can be found within the community to give support to both you and your family. Support groups, church groups, early intervention centers, and therapists. Church family will be one of the most important supports that can be found. Luke 18:15-17 says, "People were also bringing babies to Jesus for him to place his hands on them. When the disciples saw this, they rebuked them. However, Jesus called the children to him and said, 'Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to such as these. Truly I tell you, anyone who will not receive the kingdom of God like a little child will never enter it.'" No matter what frustrations you will find, it is vital that we, the team, remember that you are a child of God. We must teach you not to forget the love of family, friends, and most importantly, the love of God. If you remember the love of God, you will go far. For family supports, there are numerous websites you can go to. The Sanford Children's website that is given is an excellent place to start. Then, of course, the church family is the other source that will give help and comfort and love to everyone. I also suggest looking at these websites that are listed here for more information on groups that can be joined, what supports are out there for the community. And finally, these are my references that I found. And if you would like to look at them, this is the information and the websites or the articles that you can find them at. Thank you.